What's going on? Peace and blessings, peace, power, love, respect, healing, protection, favor, and blessings unto all the wonderful melanated tribes. Let me go forth and kind of get some certain things right quick. Transition on me, right? Respect, right quick. Y'all give me a brief moment. I'm kind of gonna put the phone down for a quick moment while I kind of assemble something. Respectfully to the blessings of this. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Alrighty. Oh shit, not again, bro. Sorry, y'all. This shit went crazy. It's just typically sometimes do. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Gratitude. That's the blessings. Ashe. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Ashe, Ashe. Gratitude. Ashe, Ashe. Alrighty. Thank y'all for just being present, man. Thank you for respectfully being present. Tribal connections, 100%. Before I go further, I'm gonna do one thing right quick. Again. One more time. Sorry. Okay. Ashe, and Ashe. Messages from the divine, from the ancestors, respectfully. Using tools. Ashe. Alrighty. Gently put this down. Ashe, man. Peace and blessings to y'all, man. Give gratitude, give thanks, man. Just much gratitude, man. You know, speaking continuing in terms of much healthy inner enlightenment here, per se, respectfully, and I give thanks for the soundness, for the concrete, clear soundness of the clear, precise conscious, man, 100% unto the gratitude, the celebration unto the ancestors, day to day, and the connection, alignment, divine, proper alignment with them. Man, just amazing when you just continue to do your inner homework. I always refer to the term inner homework, inner research, within. I'm just kind of just reading, and I know there's so much more in depth about the connection of that sense what I'm about to communicate to you about. As we continue to reunite, as we continue to reunite properly in a healthiness and even healthy virtues and equilibrium balance within our connections of our soul tribes in reference in terms to in a proper divine alignment with our ancestors because they're part of our tribe, respectfully. Bloodline reference there, of course, obviously. And then just in life, respectfully, just in life, celebration of life, day-to-day interaction with them, I was just reading just some brief, I was just reading some, description and they gave me this revelation, which was very properly and very clear. And this is actually a pay going forward because we have to understand, we all cut from different cloths. That's a figurative speech, cut from different cloths in an analogy, but we are respectfully from different tribes, we all have, every tribe has respectfully a different culture, a different taste, a different life, application practice. So it will be understandable that we all won't practice the same customs. And I'm so grateful that we're all, in a sense to say, unto all indigenous melanated, tribes scattered out throughout the USA, the UN, and different islands. Some tribes are already in the native land. They're already in the native land. And for those of us who are not in our native lands, respectfully, not in the native lands that our ancestors originated from, we're probably, hopefully, we're kind of going back towards that land, but not to be dismissive towards the land we are previously occupying in. We do still have a part of that land we are previously occupied in, and this is unto my researcher ancestors and onto my farmer ancestors. Because respectfully, we still have a percentage of that land. We have been in the land for a long period of time. So we have been here for a long time, and that's not in vain. That's respectfully dearly not in vain. So that percentage of that land is going to be respectfully given back to us rightfully, and in a distribution of an inheritance sense, but properly. We don't since we've been as unto the melanated indigenous tribes as we naturally are until us melanated people, black people, we do have to heal. So we do have a properness of an opportunity to do dearly respectfully inner heal, and that's what's happening too even in this present moment speaking of. So that's why a lot of the timeline events right now, chronologically speaking, a lot of the timeline events are lining up with what is happening in the present. So that's going to cause a shift. That's going to respectfully continue to cause a shift in every single department, in every single category so far within this present realm we deal with on a day-to-day basis. That's going to cause a shift in economics. That's going to cause a shift in power shifting, and that's going to cause a shift, since if we have generations, in reference, we have children, man seeds, offsprings, that's going to cause a shift within the offspring, respectfully into the offsprings, because sensitively speaking, because they are the next continuing carriers of hearers of what our ancestors will want them to continue to respectfully carry, along with the blessings what we as masculine energies when definitely can bestow upon our children, respectfully to that nature. Now, in a reference in terms of the womb man, universally speaking, divinely into the melanated, beautiful black color, black womb man, you know what I'm saying? She respectfully is also being restored back. And unto the master energy, this is something sensitively to speak, because we may not know, we may not understand why a lot of the inner empowerment is a lot of geared towards the womb man, respectfully, because properly she has to get back restored back into that proper position, because she has been, for many years and generations passed down, she has been pressed upon, and all these things, situations has happened to her, respectfully, due to the many things that has occurred from the past links, and then respectfully things that has added on top of that with the present link. So so respectfully, she's probably getting restored back, and this is not going to be respectfully, this is not going to be what it was before, many years before. This is not going to be her have to earnestly, bust tears and sweat, in a sense, to probably be restored back in a restoration, in equilibrium, in equilibrium balance, in a balance of justice and all the above, into that proper alignment, for her properly to function, and to for her feminine energy to be very, very, very proactive and productive. Not saying the woman wasn't naturally in general, but continue that continuance, and also for her womb to be properly restored, to be nourishing and properly restored, because the black woman, she has suffered a lot. She respectfully has suffered a lot. This is on top of the many past links of her going through abortions, and her going through many things through her womb psychologically. Masculine energies, black men, we have played a part of the damage. You know, I admit in my misunderstanding and my damage, my own internal damage, I have contributed a damaging percentage to the black woman's womb because I was damaged. You know, I confess this. I was damaged. I was internally damaged. And I had to get back to the proper healthy alignment and continue as this present moment. In this moment, I'm continuing being restored back properly in reference of the masculine energy, especially being a melanated, colorful, powerful being. In a sense to say, even like a sense in a sense of an expression there, sensitivity to connect and sensitivity to speak, even in the connection of in a term higher state of the higher existence of awareness of the state of nature of knowing, the all presence, the all knowing, all present, and all seeing in respect for reference. Man, this little light bright up there like the sun. Every time I look at it, man, it just amazes me. But respectfully, yes, even me properly getting restored back, and I rejoice in that. I celebrate in that, and I give thanks much unto the gratitude my mother ancestors, my past mother ancestors, grandmother ancestors, and even to my past father links ancestors, my grandfathers, my ancient grandfathers, my own biological father, and respectfulness, even as my biological mother is respectfully even still being healed and still being restored back. So in that context, she is still going through her healing respectfully. And there's other feminine energies, sibs that I have that are women. They 9 out of 10 most likely too are being restored back. However, that's going about them for them one-on-one, and even to her granddaughters, even to my 5-year-old daughter, and 9 out of 10 she's being restored back properly. So there's a lot of higher sensitive in this, and this is very, very delicate. This is very, very delicate that I have to be mindful as much as possible on a day-to-day basis to apply this sensitivity in a proper equilibrium, balance, and act first within myself, and then through a communication expression outwardly out of me, and even in connection with my ancestors. So, divinely speaking, we this is a whole restoration. 2020 is not I'm not gonna say it's the full restoration for us, because this is still going forward. So this is a pain going forward. So this is just a good year, respectfully, that this year is used and applied where it is helping us in the highest advantage that we probably ever had previous before until this present moment. So I rejoice in knowing this, and rejoice in celebrating this, and rejoice in cherishing this and valuing this, not putting a label on it, a title on it, or an attachment to it, but I rejoice in celebrating knowing this and the healthy awareness in this within myself 100%. So as this all is probably being restored back, so yes, our ancestors respectfully is communicating continually, however they're choosing to communicate, through a dream, through visions, some even through the services. Some are instructing us, ministering to us to do services specifically, respectfully for them, but not to do things unhealthy in a sense at all, but sensitivity to speak, to do things in equilibrium, in a universal divine justice laws of equilibrium of balance. So we have to, so as you all being dearly encouraged to do that, the lands that we are in unto the melanated tribes right now, the lands that we are in that may not necessarily be, again, exactly our native land. And we may even not be speaking our native tongue. That's another thing too. We may be properly speaking our native tongue because we have not been in our native land. So the dialogue, the dialect of the tongue has kind of gotten unfamiliar to us, and we kind of getting back to the term of the speaking of our language, of our native language. So there are barriers that the spirit of life, the breath of life, the expression there are respectfully barriers, and even our ancestors are breaking, are purging deeply in us, so that all that unnativeness can get out of us that is not respectfully native to us, so we can we be restored, or we can reconnect back with the nativeness that is actually native within us, that may be seen buried down, or that may be seen like it has been damaged of some sort. So that also is another part that is deeply inner healing in us, that our native tongues are coming back. It is being restored back. And we are going to be, and we matter of fact right now in the moment, some of us may be speaking in it. Some of us just hearing them, some type of communication language may just come out of our mouths out of nowhere, and we're like, what is that? Nobody didn't directly teach me that. So what is respectfully that, you know? So, but don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. If you're nervous a little bit, don't. I know it may seem uncomfortable, 100%, because again, that has been, just to put this in, to step in the shoes of that. That has been many years that we have not spoken that, consistently speaking. So if we're now getting back to consistency of it, then respectfully, that's a blessing. Take that as a blessing. To translation process, we may want to know what we're speaking. Then, I'm not saying that won't be communicated. 9 out of 10 that can. It just may be in a proper alignment how divine that will be revealed in its whatever way, respectfully. So I rejoice in knowing that. But definitely a lot of our oral traditions of our tribes, respectfully, and I'm not speaking insensitive to the oral traditions that were not, the oral traditions that was healthy, that was about mindfulness, that was about appreciation life, celebrating life, not necessarily just women's giving birth and us being dads and, seeing family bloodlines continue to live, exist, go throughout life, but the real oral tradition that was universal divine laws, that was not about bending laws and stuff of that nature, disrespectfully to the highest existing creators of life. We 9 and 10, we won't need to be practicing them specific type of applications, so we'll be applying the good traditions, the good customs that can still be shared and still can be, passed down to, like I said earlier, to our children. That can be a healthy mindfulness for them, and that can help them love themselves, that can help them know themselves, that can help them respectfully connect to the ancestors respectfully, that also can help them, know about who they are respectfully, and the true researching within themselves and stuff of that nature. So this is the balance, another part of the expression of the Quilliban Balancing Act, that we are now the next ancestors, and it's an honor to say that. 100%, it's really an honor to say that, but we are respectfully the next ancestors that are going forth in the present 2020, setting the path for the next generation. And it's something that we are not going to all feel comfortable about 100%, because it's a lot of bearing responsibilities, but within our souls in depth. But it is also a beautiful connection. It is a beautiful experience that we have to experience this. We respectfully have to experience, even if we don't want to, or even if we don't want to be sensitive to it. But it's going to continue to keep arising within the depths of our souls to the surface of life, within our existence, and it's happening within wide reason. And the why it's happening is because it needs to be. It needs to. There's no explanation. You had to sit here and sit there and deeply reflect, like, let me seriously strain within myself and to understand why. But it has to just simply happen. It needs to happen. It's a priority for it to happen. It's an equilibrium balancing act of life for it to happen, and not just only within this realm, this dimension we're existing in, but beyond this realm in general. So I give thanks for and knowing and rejoicing in that, and celebrate that in the aspects of celebrating life. So it's a blessing. And this is going to continue to go throughout. This is not a one-time thing. This is permanent. This is respectfully permanent, and it will continue to go throughout every other generation. Every generation that goes forth. It's not going to skip a generation and wait for another generation. It's going to continue through each and every generation paying going forward. So I give thanks knowing that this is not just speak now, and this is just for one generation. No, this is for every generation in the present, and this is for every generation going forward. This is a beautiful, divine, healthy, equilibrium, balancing act of justice. This is what it is. A lot of other tribes who didn't want us in respectfulness, didn't want us to keep us, especially into us tribes who were shipped, who were like male, like to say like male, who were shipped in different pickpockets of different lands that are not our native lands. Respectfully, truth be told, them tribes are going to experience a equilibrium balancing of a act of being actually respectfully getting like served, like getting served for what they did, you know. So this is not going to be something like, oh, them tribes who actually had a part to play, who agreed for us to be sent, who took us from our native lands. You know, we are the ancient great grandchildren of the previous generations of our ancestors. So it's understandable that we may not have celebrated our native land because, again, in memory, subconsciously speaking, it was blocked. It was like barriers there. But now them barriers, or shall I say, the scales are falling off our eyes, and now the barriers are breaking, and now we are coming to a full acknowledgement. Like, yo, oh my gosh, we forgot who we were, or we forgot our lands, we forgot our customs, we forgot our tribes, we just forgot a lot of things. But now them barriers are being completely depleted out of us, and we're now respectfully getting, literally applying and walking in the authority, respectfully in equilibrium within ourselves, in a depth of healing, within ourselves, and applying the healing and applying the gratitude and appreciation of the healing. So now as we apply that, continue in great proper guidance from our beautiful, wonderful, healed, and even healthy ancestors, because they're respectfully healing and they respectfully are being restored. And it's a blessing to them too, in general, properly. And but now we are nearly, now we are not nearly, but now we are continuing coming to the true proper guidance, the counsel. And I know right now, just to put myself in as much as many shoes here, I know a lot of us may feel for sure about the connections to it, because you know it's something from me, just many, from a length of many years, a length of many generations has spaced out, and we have not been connected to them because we just been caught up into these systems that has been systems that have been keeping us away from them. But now them systems are literally, by grace, by so much grace, I rejoice in this, so much grace, are being destroyed. The strongholds are being destroyed, and we are all probably getting back to traditional ways. Not, again, not promoting unhealthy traditional ways, but we're going back and we're getting in line, in proper alignment, like a straight line, with our beautiful, great traditional customs of our ancient tribes, of our ancestors. And again, big, much respect to them, because they helping us. We need guidance. We need counsel. We need help. We need the urgency of this. And that's why this is a celebration. This is not a mourning. We will cry. We will have breakthroughs. We will cry tears. We will cry, matter of fact, even in front of our oppressors. We will cry in front of them, maybe 9 out of 10 sometimes, because they on the opposite side may not understand. You know, they're the four of the children of the great, of they're the grandchildren, the great grandchildren of who were respectfully, you know, breeds of, you know, ancestors who was either slave owners, or maybe not, but they was somebody who was connected to them or some sort. So, you know, they just gonna see it from a distance, and they may not fully understand. So let us be patient in a healthy virtue. Let us continue to get proper guidance from our diplomatic ancestors, our elder ancestors, to help us to have a healthy connection with them, because they're going to need guidance too, in a sense. They're going to need guidance about how do they deal with all of this, because, you know, just reflect on it. Let's put ourselves in as much shoes as I said before. They don't know how to respond to it, because it's been so many generations passed down, so many years. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to really turn it. And this is from personal experience I'm witnessing. They don't know how to really deal with it. They just probably can just say one moment, oh, I can relate. Or one moment, oh, I'm so sorry that it's sad. But they don't know. And it's understandable, because as they would say, part God, the word God is always mentioned a lot throughout conversations in life. But this is something, maybe the term, the highest existence of life, the creators of life, just kind of blocked, hid from them for the moment. So they, but now it's all coming down. As I said earlier, the veil, the scale, the eye, scale off the eyes, the veil is being pulled back. Everything is being revealed. So it's a beautiful, great understanding of alignment divinely, and I give thanks for that understanding, and I rejoice in that. So, but rejoice, 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 celebrating this, that we are all properly getting restored back, man. Nothing is in vain. Nothing respectfully is in vain. We're going to get back to our native lands, man. And I know it's been years, man. It's been millenniums. It's been eras since we have stepped foot upon the true native lands that our ancestors was all originated from. And paying it going forward is something that it's something that we're gonna come out of our comfort zone. I mean, we have done gotten accustomed to the lands that we are in. So the lands that we are in, again, that's not of our native land. We are accustomed to them lands. We have grown to the lands. We have attached to them lands. We have loved them lands. We have cherished them lands. We have cherished the little thing that it may not seem was much, but we have cherished the little things, and much grace and much sorrow and much mercifulness, much appreciation. And we have, and what's interesting, unique is that we had to mentally, psychologically, in a psyche, come to apply that. It wasn't something that we immediately started to apply. It was something we literally was like going through the trenches and going through the tribulations and going through the trials to respectfully have to apply. So it was gratitude we had to go through dire conditions to really appreciate where we were at, where we at now, and what we was at, and whatever so far we have continued to spread upon. But rejoice in knowing that yes, it took many years, and it may not happen all in one day, but but the process is occurring throughout overnight, respectfully. And I give that gratitude and that appreciation. So this is just the customs, man. We're coming back to the respectfulness of the customs, the waist beads, the women wear, respectfully all around their waist. You know what I'm saying? That's custom. That's tradition. That's the way. That's the way of our culture. We are properly restore back to our culture. And I'm not going to say this is all about Africa. I'm not going to put all in one boat there, but this is just spread throughout. There are us who are spreading in Brazil. A lot of us are Afro, we are in Brazil. We are in different parts, pockets of different lands. We've been existing there for so many years. I mean, through all kind of weather conditions. But in the midst of all these conditions and dire conditions, we still gave great reverence in some sort of sense in general within us. We still gave great reverence to appreciate life and still praise and still give glory and still give shouts. We have come so far, so long, man. It sometimes makes me cry because when I get this connection, when the ancestors share this connection within my soul and remind me how far we came, man. Not looking at the past to live in the past, but rejoice from the past. Like how far we came, all the crazy things we done went through, the miles and miles and miles we done walked barefooted, and sometimes with broken shoes, and and the unbalance of unpaid. We didn't get fully paid for whatever but all this is being restored back. So it's a blessing. It's a beautiful blessing, and I rejoice in, as I said before. So I give praise, I give glory, I give shout, I give much glory and appreciation for every moment, every experience, and deep inner gratitude within the depths of my soul and spirit, heart, mind, and body. For the many things that paved the way, and now we're able, with them pre-experiences and with the ancient memories of who we are, that's revealed within our subconscious deeply. And it's not man that can reveal it to us. It's not respectfully man that can reveal. No matter what test man can say, we can give you a pill, or we can give you it respectfully. It is natural herbs in this realm that is a physical property that is in nature that we can apply, we can put into our temples as services, and that can be in a divine divine alignment with our bodies and our heart, minds, and souls properly, we can use them and uses of helping us. But there's not nothing that man specifically can exactly do to remind us or to help us in them deep ways in general. So I rejoice again in knowing this and celebrating life, and I give deep gratitude, appreciation of understanding this and proper equilibrium, balance, and stuff. So yeah, so the answers are just allowing me to share, say, enjoy whatever comes to the remembrance of who you are until all the melanated, indigenous, beautiful tribal tribes scattered throughout the USA, the UN, and whatever pickpocket lands that we are in. Enjoy the remembrance, and enjoy the celebration, the ceremonies, and enjoy the memorials, and enjoy that, and enjoy, remember who we are. And saying, and let that be. Ashe, Ashe. So be as it is to be. Let that be respectfully, and enjoy the inner healing connections with that respectfully, and enjoy the inner healing connection with your ancestors respectfully, and the inner healing with them, and the inner healing they are having with you respectfully, and how that affects the bloodline in the present tree. It may not make sense all to the sibs, to the blood sibs, because some of them may not be on this point. Some of them may still are at a different angle from healing, whatever angle that is. So may us, as unto the melanated tribes, continue to understand each other's healing. May we understand one another healing, where we are at in healing, and may we continue to continue to encourage each other to heal, not necessarily to be like, yes, let's be confident, respectfully, and equilibrium balancing. Let's, yes, rejoice, let's shout, sing, whatever, dance, whatever we do, how we always been doing it respectfully, and celebration, expression of life. But let us also celebrate one another to heal. As I said earlier, I don't mind sharing my healing. I rejoice in sharing my healing, even in private chambers, because I feel good about it. I don't know, I'm not asking immediately to go out there in public, in broad public, and start telling everybody, because everybody at a different point, as we are all at different points. And we are still in the land that is, once again, that not necessarily respectfully be native to us. So we're still understanding how to deal with that in the sensitivity where we're present at right now, with our healing, with the restoration of our tribes, with the restoration as a collectiveness, as a group, as a village, as villagers, as empires, as kingdoms, as as rulers, and whatever the case may be. So this is a lot for us. This is respectfully a lot for us, and we're gonna get through it. We're gonna continue to get through. We done got through it already through many years, so they ain't to say we ain't gonna get through it. But definitely we're gonna respectfully get through it by grace, mercy, and favor. And all the healthy virtues and stuff like that in the aspect of light and dark, because we got to heal both sides. Both sides need healing, light and dark, and they're going to heal together. So it's a blessing of that, and I rejoice in knowing of that, celebrating life in that. So thank y'all for allowing me to be blessed to share this message again. Give much gratitude and respect unto all my ancestors, man, and their continuing great healing. Give thanks for the tribes they descended from the Bantu tribe to the Limba tribe, from the Mabuti tribe, and then to the Cherokee, the natives. So I give much gratitude to all of them, man. And I still give much gratitude to my mother, because I came through her legs. I came through the womb, man, and I lift her up that she continue to be healed, because even though she may be in a turn up in age, she's still healing. So, she's a melanated being, a color being. And so vice versa is her children, all my sis, my brothers, my sisters, my niece, my nephews, my own daughter, my man's seed is healing. And respectfully, her mother, my ex-wife, she still is healing. So we all in this boat of life healing as a tribe. We all properly healing. And may we continue to all be restored back properly. And maybe we unite properly, first within ourselves properly, and may we continue to live that expression out in healthy, non-violent ways, hopefully, in that sense. So may we rejoice in knowing this and knowing within ourselves where we at in the present moment. And far as us being in land that is not native to us, again, I know we have grown accustomed to the land, but may we not hold on to anything of the land, because 9 out of 10, the land needs to be purged. Respectfully, 9 out of 10, the land needs to be purged. So may we continue to, ask for proper guidance, ask for deliverance day-to-day basis, and ask for protection, and ask for favor, and may we be granted all of this, and rejoicing and knowing that we already have it within ourselves first. And may our ancestors understand where we're at, and may we understand them where they're at, and may we not oppress neither side. You know, may we not shun our ancestors down, those who are dark, and say, oh, they're dark, they don't need help. No, let them stay that way. No, may we respectfully be sensitive and say, hey, let them get healing. Like vice versa, we need healing. So let them respectfully get healing too. And let us all celebrate that healing on a whole global scale for us in general, within our heart, mind, bodies, and souls. So much gratitude unto the highest existences of life, creators of life. Much gratitude to the beautiful, great enlightenments of life, the experiences of enlightenment in life, and much gratitude to the healing and light and dark in all aspects of. And may we continue to enjoy the healing connections. Love, y'all. This is me, Sak'Chi, Chinaki, Yesha'Yahu. And if you would like to respectfully donate to, to what you receive, if you're led to, respectfully you can. I'll have the information down below of the Cash App, whether through text or comment on the video or just in the description of the video. If not, if you don't, it's okay. It's still good. You know what I'm saying? It's a Satnam, so I give thanks. You know, I worship and give thanks and say thank you to life for this beautiful opportunity moment. You know what I'm saying? So much gratitude, much appreciation. Until then, peace, blessings, and power, love, respect, protection, and deliverance for you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ashe, Ashe.